Today, we will go through the forward proxy versus reverse proxy with example. Let's take a look. What is forward proxy? A forward proxy, also referred to as a proxy server, or simply a proxy. A forward proxy is a server that sits between a group of client machines and the internet. The forward proxy receives the request before sending it on from the client machine to the internet resource. On behalf of the client machine, the forward proxy then sends the request to the internet and returns the response. The forward proxy acts as a middleman, intercepts those requests and talks to web servers on behalf of those client machines. A forwards proxy is mostly used for 1. Anonymity. Forward proxies can hide the client's IP address, providing increased privacy and anonymity on the internet. A forward proxy protects the client's online identity. By using a forward proxy to connect to a website, the IP address of the client is hidden from the server. Only the IP address of the proxy is visible. It would be harder to trace back to the client. 2. Content filtering. Forward proxies can be used by organizations to block access to certain websites or content. It allows monitoring and logging of user activities, which can be useful for compliance and security purposes. Example: a forward proxy can be used to bypass browsing restrictions. Some institutions like governments, schools, and big businesses use firewalls to restrict access to the internet. 3. Caching. Forward proxies can store copies of frequently accessed web pages, improving access speed and reducing bandwidth usage. 4. Security. Malware protection. Forward proxies can inspect and filter out malicious content before it reaches the client. 5. Bypassing geo-restrictions. Users can access content that is restricted to certain geographic locations by routing their requests through a proxy server located in an allowed region. 6. Authentication. Forward proxies can require users to authenticate before accessing the internet, ensuring only authorized users can connect. Example: imagine you are at work and your company uses a forward proxy to control internet access. When you try to visit a website, your request first goes to the forward proxy server. The proxy checks if the site is allowed and, if so, forwards your request to the internet. The website's response then goes back through the proxy to you. What is reverse proxy? A server that sits in front of one or more web servers and serves as a go-between for the web servers and the internet is known as a reverse proxy. The reverse proxy receives the request before sending it on to the internet resource for the client. After sending the request to one of the web servers, the reverse proxy receives the response from that server. The response is then sent back to the client by the reverse proxy. It intercepts the requests from clients and talks to the web server on behalf of the clients. A reverse proxy is mostly used for 1. Load balancing. Reverse proxies can distribute client requests across multiple web servers, preventing any single server from becoming overloaded. 2. Security. Reverse proxies can hide the identity of backend web servers, improving overall security and protecting against attacks. 3. SSL termination. Reverse proxies can handle the encryption and decryption of SSL TLS connections, reducing the load on web servers. 4. Centralized authentication. Single sign-on (SSO) reverse proxies can manage authentication for multiple backend services, providing a unified login experience for users. They can enforce access control policies, ensuring only authorized users can access certain resources. Example: consider a popular e-commerce website such as Amazon that uses a reverse proxy. When a customer tries to access the website, their request first goes to the reverse proxy server. The proxy then forwards the request to one of the backend servers. This setup helps balance the load and ensures the website remains responsive even during high traffic periods. Key differences. Purpose: forward proxies serve clients, while reverse proxies serve servers. Direction: forward proxies handle outbound traffic from clients to the internet, whereas reverse proxies handle inbound traffic from the internet to servers. Use cases: forward proxies are used for client anonymity, content filtering, and caching. Reverse proxies are used for load balancing, security, and SSL termination. I hope this helps clarify the differences. If you have any more questions or need further examples, feel free to ask. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our channel. See you in next video.